Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTubers. It's Anonymous T. Hope you're having an amazing day today. So today we have more fallout from Will Smith slapping Chris Rock at the Oscars. What did I tell you guys late last night? I told you that the Academy was lying to you, that they were trying to make Will Smith the scapegoat, make Will Smith be the villain, make Will Smith be the bad guy, and take the fall for everything because the Academy cannot handle the backlash. They cannot handle their core demographic dragging them, because it wouldn't have taken them 72 hours to come out with that lie about Will Smith refusing to leave the Oscars. I told you guys last night there were too many receipts of the commercial breaks, of fans filming the commercial breaks, showing all of the A-listers that were going to go console Will Smith and to check to see if he was okay. He was not in the condition to be angrily, refusing to leave the Oscars. And we have a couple of sources. We have a couple of sources that are corroborating that, they're trying to lie on Will Smith. They're trying to paint this all on Will Smith. So the first is from TMZ. It says Academy lied about asking him to leave. From sources, Will Smith was never asked to leave the Oscars after he slapped Chris Rock. In fact, the opposite is true. He was told by the producer of the show he could stay, which was Will PACKER, right? This according to sources with direct knowledge of who were present. As you know by now, the Academy said Wednesday they asked Will to leave the Dolby Theater after the slap, but he refused. 3 sources who were at the ceremony all witnessed various conversations tell TMZ, yes, after the slap, Academy officials were backstage with Will's reps, and there were heated conversations about what had gone down. See, there's heated conversations of what had gone down, but not that they wanted Will Smith to leave. We're told there's split among the officials. Some did want him booted, but others did not. There were various discussions during several commercial breaks, but they never reached a consensus. See, I told you, he was never formally asked to leave. And Will PACKER, the producer, went to Will Smith, who was sitting front row, to check on him, to make sure that he stayed, so that he could win his Best Actor award, you guys. I told you guys last night what the Academy probably asked Will Smith in terms of, quote, leaving was not to do any press that's customary for the Academy Award winners. Not to do the typical press, the post-press conference that the Academy Award winners do, to talk about winning, to, do some other stuff, because they knew that the media was going to hound Will about that slap. It was not going to be about him winning Best Actor. We're told that Will was aware there was talk about asking him to leave the theater during one of the commercial breaks. We're told Oscars producer Will PACKER walked up to Will and said, hey, we do not want you to leave, according to sources. So there is the smoking gun. There is the smoking gun. They did not want Will Smith to leave. And they didn't formally ask Will Smith to leave, and they went to personally check on Will Smith to make sure he didn't leave. If the Oscars really wanted Will Smith gone, there is security everywhere. There are handlers everywhere that would have gladly escorted Will Smith out of the Dolby Theater. It has happened too many times. We saw it that one year where there was that heckler and immediately the police came and escorted him out. So the nonsense about there were logistic issues with security and, everybody was, spaced out and blah, 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 to the lie that they told yesterday about, oh, we asked him to leave, but he refused. There's too much. There's cameras all over the theater. There's no receipts of anybody other than A-listers and Will Smith's PR people. And, of course, Will PACKER and Denzel, Bradley Cooper, Nicole Kidman. All these people were checking on Will and making sure he stayed. He was emotional. He was wiping tears. He was crying during his acceptance speech. That is not indicative of a man who is angry and refusing to leave and demanding that he stays at the Oscars. If anything, it's the opposite. If anything, he's remorseful. He's feeling bad about his behavior. He's, reality setting in. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have done that. And he's emotional about it because he's embarrassed. He feels a certain type of way. And maybe he's feeling to himself, maybe I need to leave. Maybe this isn't a good look for me. And that's why everybody's checking on him to make sure, hey, we need you to stay. We need you to continue to stay. You're still up for Best Actor. There's a good chance you're going to win. We need you to stay here. Do not leave. We will work it out. We will figure out the logistics, but you're not going anywhere. The problem is the Oscars didn't anticipate this backlash, right? And so then Will Packer, he walked up to Will Smith just after 8 p.m., which was about half hour, 35 minutes after Will Smith slapped Chris Rock. That is when he told Will that he could stay, according to our sources. And then Will won the Best Actor award 5 minutes later. So it must have been some discussion to where Will Packer convinced people backstage or whoever that, hey, we need Will to stay. We need, him to win this Best Actor award and him be present because we do not want more fallout of somebody else accepting the Best Actor award on Will Smith's behalf and be subjected to more jokes or more drama drawing attention to the slap. They didn't want to deal with that media circus. So they rathered it be Will Smith stay, accept his Oscar, make sure to apologize to the Academy in his acceptance speech, which he did, and then they would figure out everything else after the show, which is exactly what happened. Because if Will Smith refused to leave the Oscars, that would have been the headline news Sunday night. It wouldn't have taken them 3 days to come out with the BS they came out with yesterday, you guys. Like I said, they were trying to insult our intelligence. They think that we're stupid. They think that we're not going to check receipts, that we're not going to fact check, that we're not going to pull the facts of what this really is. And the reality is the Academy is scared, right? Because they're scared because Chris Rock can sue them. They're scared of all the backlash that they're getting. And they thought, oh, let me just blame it and lie on the black man so we can get out from under this. But the problem is Will Smith is too big of a star and has A1 PR people that are going to tell the truth no matter what. And it's interesting, the Academy's first statement about the incident never even mentioned Will Smith by name. As the day went on and outrage grew, the Academy became more aggressive and went in hard on Will Smith and saying he took an aggressive stance and refused to leave. See, that's what I mean. The Academy is scrambling. They are scrambling because they did not properly handle the situation from the jump. They were happy about their 56% increase in ratings. They were happy about the fact that, they were trending, that people finally knew the Oscars were on. They did not care about Will Smith getting, escorted out of the Dolby Theater, because if they wanted that, they would have done that. And there's too many A-listers that were surrounding Will Smith, that were checking on Will Smith, for you to ever see any security, any type of police, anybody that was there near Will Smith's table, near where Will Smith and Jada were sitting. And so then, a little more about this, because I wanted to also bring up as well the Variety article, because the Variety article has also been on top of it. The Variety article has been doing a very good job as well, really chronicling everything that's been taking place, because they had firsthand account at the Oscars of what was happening. And so the Variety article, said, hey, Will Smith was not formally asked to leave the Oscars following the Chris Rock slap. And that the Academy of Motion Pictures Arts and Sciences has claimed that it asked Will Smith to leave Sunday's Oscar ceremony after he slapped Chris Rock. However, sources close to the situation are refuting that the actor was ever formally urged to leave the show. It appears in the chaos that surrounded the altercation, the Academy and the show's producers sent mixed messages about whether Smith should be expelled from the event. So the thing was, they never asked Will Smith anything. Will Packer and everybody else behind the scenes were arguing about what to do, about how to handle this situation. But they never directly went to Will Smith to say, hey, we need you to go. You need to leave the theater. And Will Smith angrily refused. The problem was they tried to paint the aggressive black man narrative because they don't like how hard people are coming for them. And the fact that they included in their statement about, integrity and all this other stuff was complete and utter bogus. Where was the integrity for Harvey Weinstein and Roman Polanski and all of the other people that were problematic, that were disgusting, that the Oscars upheld? Keep the same energy. So furthermore in the article, it says, in an update about pending disciplinary action against Smith on Wednesday, the organization said Smith refused to leave the Dolby Theater. He went on to win the Best Actor award for his performance in King Richard later that night. See, that's the thing. Not only did they want Will Smith to stay, but they did not want the optics of police or security or anybody escorting a black man outside of this venue, right? They didn't want those problems. They didn't want that optics of that being the case. And so they rode with it. They wanted Will Smith there to accept his Best Actor award. Point blank, period. And furthermore, they didn't even cut his speech. He had a long speech. Normally, they cut your speech after so many minutes. And they did not do that for Will Smith at all. They let him ramble and everything else while he was crying and everything else and all emotional. They wanted the moment. And so the description of events doesn't sit well with the few individuals with knowledge of the minutes following the slap. So it's awful because they wanted to name the CEO and the president, and however, so you're trying to tell me, now you're trying to blame Will Packer, right? You're trying to throw Will Packer under the bus. You're trying to tell me that Will Packer has more authority than the CEO and the president. That's what you're trying to tell me. And they're trying to make it as though it's Packer who convinced. See, that's the thing. If anything, Will Smith was going to go. If anything, Will Smith was going to go and remove himself from the Oscars because reality set in that his behavior was not it. But this lie that the Academy is trying to do to make any will that's black, a scapegoat is nonsense. It's complete and utter nonsense, and they need to be dragged for it. And see, now that it's exposed that the Academy lied, which we already knew they did, but now that it's exposed, this is going to have impact on how they're going to discipline Will. Because now the issue is, not only are you risking lawsuits from Chris Rock on how this whole debacle was handled, but now Will Smith can sue you because you're trying to lie on his name, you're trying to tarnish his reputation. You're trying to throw him under the bus. And if this was any other actor that wasn't at the level Will Smith was, some people would have bought this. But our history, we know how easy it is for people to lie on us. And push a narrative and push the fake stories because people will buy it, right? Because if somebody being black, they're going to buy it. But no. You're talking about Will Smith, the nice corny guy from West Philadelphia. Really? That he was fighting you guys off? That he was aggressive? That he refused to leave the Dolby Theater? Really? They completely tried to flip the script on Will. And thank goodness for the people who are coming out, who are speaking on Will's behalf. Whether it's his PR team or it's Black Hollywood or whomever it is, they're not going down without a fight. And this is definitely going to impact how they discipline Will Smith, because they can't go as hard as they wanted to once before because they just got exposed as being liars. And the problem is, they're the ones with the integrity issue. They're the ones with the moral issue, because they saw no problem with keeping Will Smith there after he slapped Chris Rock. It starts and finishes with them. And all these A-listers too. See, pay attention to who's speaking out and who's remaining quiet. That tells me all I need to know. And the main people who are speaking out are people who weren't even at the Oscars, right? It's mainly your comedians and everything else and certain actors. But the bulk of the people who were physically there are not saying anything, but are quietly making sure that the truth gets out there. You think Denzel Washington or Samuel L. Jackson or Tyler Perry is going to come out and be like, oh, we condemn Will Smith and blah, 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 blah. No. They chose their side when they went to go console Will Smith after all of this was said and done. So this whole thing where people are trying to say that Will's going to get blackballed and his career is done. No. Will is too big for that. This is going to be a stain on his legacy, absolutely. But Will Smith can recover, especially how messy the Academy is being. The act was wrong. The slap was inappropriate. It wasn't warranted. However, the way the Academy is trying to flip the narrative and lie and blatantly lie to you and lie to us, and as if we're not going to pull receipts on them, is really making matters worse. Making matters so much worse. So this is going to get very interesting, because now the ball is in Will Smith's court now that the Academy is exposed as being a liar. Because he can come back and defend himself. He can come back and refute certain things in terms of the logistics of what truly happened that exposes that the Academy did nothing ultimately at the end of the day, and they should be held liable. Not Will Smith. Because you had the authority to have him removed if you wanted to, and you chose not to. And you can't tell me that the president and the CEO of the Academy has more power than Will Packer. You can't tell me that. So stop trying to throw a black man under the bus and own your mess. Own the fact that you gave out a crappy statement after the show that we don't condone violence, and you were trying to come up with a lie that took you 3 days to come up with, that immediately got debunked within hours. And now you have to go back to the drawing board and figure out what narrative you're going to push now. And it's just a hot mess, you guys. It is an absolute hot mess. It's embarrassing. It is disgusting. And I just want the Academy to keep the same energy, because this is not going to go away anytime soon. Like, why would you lie? I never understand that. Lies always get exposed. Like, they always get exposed. And especially in 4K, where everybody has their cameras out, everybody's trying to document what's taking place. They would have documented if there was security or police escorting Will Smith out of the Dolby Theater. Are you kidding me? Even the people up in the nosebleeds would have documented that. Okay, so it is just laughable, the lengths that they are trying to go to make it seem like that they were trying to do something, but ultimately they never did anything. They never intended on doing anything, and they were just going to squash it and just wait until after the show was over to address the issue. But now the problem is, now that they've exposed as being lying, now that they've exposed as trying to tarnish Will Smith, now it is on and popping, and things are about to get real. So that is that. That is the latest update. Let me know what you guys think about this. What do you guys think about the Academy being exposed as liar? Even though I told you guys this last night. But what do you guys think of them lying to try to save face with their core demographic? But see, we're not going to play that game where we're just going to go along with the lie to slander people. No. We're going to tell the truth here. The action was wrong, but we're going to tell the truth in terms of what the facts are that actually took place. And that's going to be on that. So let me know your guys' thoughts. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I will talk to you guys again very soon.